Welcome to the FLOCERT podcast. Today's episode is a special one as we mark an important leadership transition in FLOCERT's operations across the Américas region. For more than 16 years, Carlos Villalobos has led our operations from our office in San José, Costa Rica. With his retirement coming up in March next year, we are celebrating his contributions and also looking ahead to the future. On January 1st, 2026, Tania Kaimowitz Rodríguez will step into the role of Regional Director Américas. Today I have the pleasure to have both Carlos and Tania with me to reflect on their experiences, share insights on the region, and talk about the future of our work. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carlos, the first question is for you. Looking back over your years at FLOCERT, how has the way we carry out assurance work changed? And what would you say were the most important changes?
Well, we have internal and external changes. When I'm talking about externals, all the producers, what they and workers have been doing. At the beginning, we started as a certification process with a lot of, let's say, hard copies, reading. Imagine the mail bringing those boxes where you take the papers, read the papers. Was amazing the way they were managing this, and definitely we need to recognize how the producers arrange themselves to send all that information to FLOCERT. So the other thing is, definitely the understanding of the standards was something important, not only for customers, also for us, because at the beginning, when you are implementing a certification system, you need to understand about the standards, and something the standards were not exactly as clear as we thought at that time. So those changes improvements were super important, because allow us to reach to this point where you have a system in place which is now intact, and our producers and traders and also auditors are managing this system very well. So we received the information in a very, let's say, a friendly way, if I use, and then we can definitely return information to the customers. So it's a very good way of managing the certification system.
Along those lines, which specific challenges in Latin America have we managed to address successfully over the years?
I think the understanding of the standard was the most challenging challenge that we have, because as I said, the producers at the beginning were not clear about what they should do in order to have or demonstrate a compliance with the standards. So we had a very big gap, if I can say so. During the time we were through trainings and other things, other tools, we were making our analysts and also producers to understand better, including also auditors because those are the ones who evaluate the companies. If they don't understand that, should be or is very difficult to make sure that the producers are really implementing the standards. So I think that one was the most important one that I can perceive, or I know that had happened a long time ago.
And in which areas do you see new or continued challenges?
Well, with the new improvements that is happening in the system, but also the new standards and new regulations in Europe, those things are new also for us and the producers. So we need to see how those things are going to be met in the future, because it's something very challenging in some areas. Because customers need to implement many big changes. For example, this hill localization or things related to the human protection. So those are the things that it will be very challenges, because then in the non-developing countries, this is something big. So I think that part will be a very big challenge for the future.
Tania, now the next question is for you. Looking at the present, what are the most prevalent issues on the minds of customers in the Latin America region when it comes to fair trade certification?
I think I'd say that one of the things that's constantly coming up is that producers wish there was more market for their fair trade product, because it's so challenging sometimes and requires so much effort to be certified, and then sometimes they have definitely more supply than there is demand for.
Is it something that we can do to support them?
Yeah, I think that issues that, as the certification body, that's not something that is in our realm of control. I would hope that it is something the fair trade system and the NFOs can work on developing more of that market. But as FLOCERT, I don't necessarily see that we
it's not
can
our
influence
role.
that.
Yeah, exactly. As you begin your new position as regional director, how will customers and stakeholders be informed about this transition?
Well, I definitely hope to have the support of our communications department with
Yes, for sure.
a more massive communication out to customers. And for our main stakeholders that interact with the region and that have been interacting with Carlos in the past, mainly GLAC and the NFOs in North America, I think it'll definitely be useful to have a space where we can interact and let them know of the change and also understand a little bit what their priorities are and align also on what ours.
Will there be any changes for customers when it comes to their certification? Anything that you can already give a heads up on?
Well, my intention is for them to not even notice the change and for this to be a seamless transition. I've been working hand by hand with Carlos, who's been, a wonderful mentor. And the idea is to continue doing the wonderful work that the region has been doing all these years. So hopefully it'll be seamless for them.
Carlos, coming back to you. You've worked with producers, auditors, customers, and traveled so much in the region. What's the most impressive moment or impressive experience that you can share with us?
Well, I think always visiting the producers and knowing their conditions and what they need and all the let's say situation that they are facing, I think this is something important and is where the system is super important because it's allow them to start bringing them to a different point of economy, if I can say, that they can implement and do and have some, let's say, a living wage and living income, things like that, super important. So being with them and also knowing that the help that they need from the to understand better the standards was very, very important. And I think this was something that we, as with internal trainings that we implemented in regions and also with the training of the auditors and other staff, help a lot because allow the customers to understand better also the standards and the way they can be in compliance.
That's for sure. Talking about meaningful moments, Tania, you've been working for FLOCERT for 5 years now, almost. What makes working at FLOCERT special for you?
Well, I've definitely had the chance to work at different places, but FLOCERT is a very special place. I think the people definitely make a huge difference. The people I work with in the region and also when we get to interact with our co-workers from all over the world, that's very special. The human-centric values that we all share, and definitely the interactions with producers feel always like a very nice gift for that to be part of the work I do.
That's for sure. My last question is for you, Carlos. As you move into retirement, or at least the idea of retirement, do you want to give us a glimpse into any plans you now have for your life as a retiree?
I have been planning my retirement since around 5 years ago or something. So I've been doing things, planning, and also, for example, I have a greenhouse on the back of my yard, so I would like to produce some vegetables and maybe projects, small projects with orchids or something. And logically, the maintenance of my place, my house, is something that I would like to start doing also. And enjoying with my family, taking care of the pets that we have. And once in a while make a trip, to visit people, which is something very important. So
That's
more or less
nice.
that.
That's nice. Well, Carlos, Tania, thank you very much for joining me. Carlos, enjoy your retirement. And Tania, good luck in your new role.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.